Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a review of the new Grav3yardgirl Swamp Queen palette, as well as just kind of a chit chat, get ready with me, and so you can see me use it. And so this has been out for a while, and I've had it for a few weeks, and I've used it a couple of different times in a couple of different makeup looks. And the first time I tried it, I have to be honest, I kind of felt like it wasn't for me. It's got a lot of glitter and a lot of sparkle in it. I'm usually somebody that sticks more to mattes and neutral colors just because I have a really low brow bone. So, you know, anytime my eyes open or close, or open, you can't really see the shadow unless I bring it up pretty far. And so I just kind of feel like when I use a lot of glittery type shadows that it brings my eye, makes my eyes kind of look droopy and saggy. So I've played with it, and the more I play with it, I do really, really like some of the eyeshadows that are in this. I love the highlighter, or not the highlighter, I like the bronzing color, as well as the, my brain is like not working today, the blush. And the highlighter, I kind of feel that's a lot of glitter for me. So yeah, not my favorite on the glitter. I've heard other people that really say that they like it. So, to each his own. But I love Bunny. I think she is great. Such a sweet girl. And yeah, so let's give this a try, and you guys can tell me what you think. Here we go. So yeah, I got my hair pulled back. Don't want it to get in the way, that way you can see my face. Alright, so the first thing that I did this morning, of course, is wash my face and all that fun stuff. And then I put on my moisturizer. So I used the Clinique, and it's this blue one. It's the Clinique Turnaround Daytime. This is in the rose, and they have a couple of different ones. They have a rose one and a yellow one. So just depending upon, your skin tone, that's what you want to go with. As you can see, I have nothing on my face other than this and some eye cream. I have pretty rosy skin. And I have some uneven things, and that's kind of just helps to just even that all out. And then I put on my eye cream, which is the Clinique All About Eyes. So it comes in a little pot like this, and you can get them in a bigger size than this. Okay, so this is the Clinique All About Eyes. So it's just got, a little roller ball on the end, and it feels really, really nice. There we go. So it's got a little roller ball on the end, and I just kind of roll that gently underneath my eyes, and I just let everything kind of soak in and set in, and I usually let that go for about, 5 minutes or so. So the next thing that I'm going to put on is my, and I've talked about this in my favorites video, I think, the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. So it looks like that. And this is not something that I kind of feel like I need all over my face, so I just kind of hit the zones that tend to be a little more oily. So, my forehead, above my cheeks, down my nose. My cheeks are usually pretty dry. So after I have applied that, I'm going to go ahead and just hit my face with the Urban Decay, the B6 Vitamin Prepping Spray. Okay, and just kind of let those soak in, settle in the skin. Alright, the next thing I'm going to apply is my Tarte Full Coverage Foundation. And again, this is in the light medium honey. And just to get it on my face, I don't use a brush or anything, I just kind of use my hands. Okay, and then I take my damp beauty blender and just kind of press that into my skin. Okay, next thing I'm going to use is my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea, just the concealer. And this one is in light medium. And then I'm going to take my Morphe M335 brush. And I'm just gonna, you know, buff that all into my skin. And then I'm just going to kind of go back over it with my Beauty Blender and just kind of press it into. Okay, and then this is where I'm going to go ahead and start applying, you know, some of my highlight and my bronzer. And then I'll start with my eyes. So again, we're using the Grav3yardgirl Swamp Queen palette. So the box kind of looks like this. And it comes with a little insert in it. And she just kind of gives, you know, a couple of different ideas for a day and a night look. And then the palette looks like this. It's kind of, you know, wooden grained with the gold writing. It looks like this, and it's got, you know, try not to blind everybody. So it looks like this, and it's got your top is your bronzer, and then the middle, the long middle bar here. Don't try not to drop the little brush that it comes with. So you got your bronzer, your blush, and your highlighter, and then it comes with 8 different shadows. So of the 8 shadows, only 3 of them appear not to have any kind of glitter or anything like that in them. So, and then it comes with a really, you know, large mirror here with a little saying on it that says, "Believe in yourself, love yourself, embrace your individuality." And then it also comes with a Tarte eyeshadow brush. Okay. So first thing that I'm going to start with is I'm going to take one of my Morphe fan brushes. This is the E5. And it looks something like this. And I'm just going to swipe across, the bronzer here and start applying that. I'm going to just grab my Dior number 14 brush. Like this. You know, it's just kind of like a big blusher brush. It's got a big fuzzy on it, and just kind of start blending that in. So it's really, really pigmented. A little bit will go quite a long way, and it still looks like I have like a major line. So I am not usually one that uses powder bronzers. I prefer cream. I just think that they're easier to apply, easier to blend in, and I just kind of feel like they melt into your skin a little bit better. But I'm always up for something new and a challenge. So, yeah. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is take, does this thing really work? And that's the blush. And I'm going to take my Shani brush. And this is the F14 medium powder brush. Now, I've always used this for my blush, so, you know, I never seem to use anything for what it's supposed to be, but it just kind of looks like that. And so I really like this color. I think it's really warming, and it's really pretty. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, I like it a lot. It's a real pretty rosy color. So yeah, let's go ahead and give this highlighter another try. So I'm just going to use, again, this is a I don't know if it's Shani or Shani, I think it's Shani. And this is the M3 Mineral Powder Brush. Sorry, M33 Mineral Powder Brush. Okay, and it just looks like that. It's kind of a denser, thicker brush, and I just find applying my highlight with it works pretty well because it's kind of small. Okay, so I picked up some there. Okay, so got that on, and I really feel like a big glitter ball. I feel like the Tin Man, seriously, right now. It's intense. It's a lot, and you put it on and the glitter, it kind of like explodes all over your face. I have tried, just gently tapping it on, tried, doing it, just brushing it on. Both ways, it just kind of explodes into a big ball of glitter. So it's not my favorite highlighter, but I really like the bronzer as well as the blush. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put on some powder just to kind of get rid of the Tin Man effect. My Tarte, and this is the Smooth Operator, and it's in light. And it looks like that. Okay, so after a little bit of powder, it kind of tones it down just a little bit. It's still a very pretty highlight. Personally for me, it's not for me. So I have some other highlighters that I much prefer over that one, that they just don't have the amount of big chunks of glitter as this one in particular does. I'm going to go ahead and put on my MAC Prep and Prime. This is in light, and this is for the Prep and Prime for your eye. And I just apply that with my finger quickly. Then I'm going to go in and start the eyeshadows, and the first one that I'm going to pick up is going to be this one right here, which is Big Baby. And I'm just going to lightly put this, all over my eye just as my base. The brush that I used for that is the Morphe E14. It's just kind of a little bit of a flat rounder brush. I find this pretty good for putting on highlight and stuff on your eye. And then with my MAC 217, I've had this one like forever, so you might not be able to see it. It's a 217, and it's just, the regular eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to take this Haunting, so down here at the bottom, Haunting, and I'm going to apply that all over my eyelid. Now this does have a little bit of shimmer in it, which is not too bad. So I'm just trying to create, a subtle look. I don't want to go too extreme. And this is a Tarte palette, so, I love Tarte. I love Tarte makeup. I think they have some really great stuff. And I think the pigment on these eyeshadows, though they are a little shimmery, a little more shimmery than what I would like, are very, very pretty. They're very neutral colors, something that Bunny would totally wear. So she, as she said in her little video, that, she wanted colors that weren't going to be like over the top, because that's not really what she wears every day. Okay. And then I'm going to go in using the same brush. I'm just going to hit it in this color swatch. And if you guys have never seen this, or color switch, it's just this little black sponge. And it's great, you know, if you need to use the same brush, because I don't have a lot of these, you know, MAC brushes. But you can just kind of swirl it in there and it kind of helps clean off the brush. You should still wash your brushes regularly, but this is just good for when you're, you know, doing makeup in between. So I'm going to take again the SFS, which is this top one up here. If you can see it, if I can use my hand the right way. SFS right up here. And I'm just going to put that, you know, kind of pack that on the lower part of my eye out to the corner. Again, I'm just trying to keep it kind of light. I don't want it to be too dark. Okay, so again, I'm just going to clean my brush off here. And I'm going to take my Morphe B84. It looks something like that. And again, it's just kind of a round shading type brush. And I'm going to go ahead and take Uncommon, which is like this purpley shade. I don't know if you guys can see that. And I'm going to put that, you know, on the outer corner there. Up my crease and a little above, because like I said, my eyes kind of are a little hooded. And then just kind of bring that in towards the bottom of my eyelid. So I try to kind of make like an arrow, you know, anytime I'm doing a darker shade. Okay, so you can see, and this is one of the things that I was noticing. I have a lot of Tarte palettes, quite a few with really dark colors. And the one thing that I was noticing every time I use this palette, and it could just be this color. I've experimented a lot with this color. I get this, a huge amount of fallout. So, which is not necessarily a problem. You know, for most people, they can clean that up. But it is something that I have noticed. And I use a lot of Tarte palettes. It's not something that I have seen with other ones. So I don't know if this is just the formulation of this particular shade or what. I still love the color. I think it's beautiful. I'll deal with the fallout. You know, it's a nice color. So. And I've tried, you know, knocking the brush off before I start to apply, and I kind of get the same thing. So again, just kind of going back in, slowly starting to pack that color in, keeping with my arrow tip type thing. Okay, looks like I have a black eye. I don't. Okay, and again, on this side, turn this way. Okay, so I'm just going to clean up this fallout. So, and if you're wondering how I do that, I just kind of take my damp beauty blender and just lightly tap up, and it usually does a very good job of picking up the fallout. So if you can see there, it's picked it all up. But just so I can kind of lighten up the eyes and they're not too dark, I'm going to go ahead and take my Tartelette in Bloom palette, and I'm going to take probably a little bit of the Flower Child color, which is this one here. And I'm using the little brush that came in the Swamp Queen palette. And I'm just going to kind of go, you know, in about halfway in on the lower part of my eyelid. there it looks a little bit lighter. And then on the very inner corner, so I'm going to take my Morphe M169, maybe not. And it looks like this. It's just kind of a tapered smudge brush. And I'm going to take the same Tartelette palette, and I'm going to take this color up here, which is Charmer. And I'm going to put that on the inner corner and towards the top of my eyebrow. Okay. So, and then the last kind of thing that I do, just so I can kind of soften some of the lines, is I just, you know, do a little swirl here. And that is with the Shani E20 Slanted Eyeshadow Brush. So it looks like that, and it's just slanted. And I use that just kind of for buffing and, you know, getting that eye makeup on. Is I'm going to take a little bit of the Man Cat, so it's really pretty dark purple, and just take my eyeliner brush. I'm just going to run it along the bottom of my lash line here, just to give it a little bit of depth. And then again, I'm going to bring that in the corner of my eye here, not too far, because I feel like when I bring it in really far, unless I'm doing a dramatic smoky eye, it brings my eyelids down. So I just kind of bring it to the center of my eyelid and then along the bottom. The last thing that I am going to go ahead, or the last couple of things that I'm going to go ahead and do, is take my Benefit, the Highbrow Glow, and just kind of place that underneath, like right underneath my eyebrow here. Okay, so I'm going to take my Morphe E35, and it just kind of looks like that. It's just a really teeny tiny flat brush, and I'm just going to kind of blend that in. Alright, I'm going to take my Anastasia, the Brow Wiz, and that is, I don't know what the color is. This is soft brown. And I'm just going to kind of fill in my brows. And then I'm going to lastly go over with my Benefit Gimme Brow. So this is nice. It's just kind of a fibrous, yeah, a fibrous thing. It's got a little teeny tiny spoolie brush on it. I don't think you guys can see it. A little teeny tiny spoolie brush. And I just kind of feel like it pulls them all together and just kind of keeps them nice and straight. Okay. Last but not least, this is my Marc Jacobs mascara, and this is the number 10 Noir. This is from the Velvet Noir Major Volume. And I love this stuff. This is like my favorite go-to mascara. It's got a tapered spoolie brush. I'm not big into the plastic brushes. I just feel like they're weird. I guess maybe I'm old or something. I don't know. Okay, so some people don't like the spidery look of their eyelashes, but I have fairly long eyelashes and I like it. I think it makes it look fun. Maybe that's just me. So yeah, last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab some lipstick. I think I'm gonna go with Kat Von D's Lolita. And I love this. This is one of her liquid dry matte lipsticks. And then last, just to finish it all off, I'm going to set it with the Urban Decay De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray. Okay guys, so yeah, that's the finished look. So again, just to kind of recap, I like this palette for what it is. It does have a few, you know, a few minor flaws in my opinion. So this is not a paid review. I am not by any means a professional beauty guru. So I like Bunny. I love Tarte Cosmetics, and I thought, what a great combination, and I'll give it a try. So, you know, there's just a couple of things. I'm not the biggest fan of the highlighter, obviously, and the Man Cat shade does, some of the darker shades do have a tendency to create a little bit of fallout. Nothing major, you know, things that you can quickly fix and pick up. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. Please be sure to also follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. You can find me either under High Mountain Mom or High Mountain Mama. I will leave the links for those down below. Also be sure to go ahead and over to Depop and Poshmark and check out my little sales that I have going on of some merchandise. So yeah, I hope to see you guys again real soon. Bye.